welcome back to Cooking as a Family. So today we're going to be doing green bean casserole. I'm not going to be showing you exactly how to do it this time because we don't have an oven here and that would be kind of tricky. I'm thinking about a way to do that with our next meal, I guess, our next recipe. That's the word. Anyway, for our next recipe, I have an idea that might work out, but we're going to test some things. But for today, I'm mostly just going to be talking about it because this is a really simple, that word again, recipe. And so today we're going to be doing green bean casserole. It's really, really easy. I'm going to talk you through it and how you can make this recipe with your family and with toddlers, and also how you can help your older children to cook this by themselves, so they can be cooking this recipe while you're doing something else, and that way you're in the kitchen and you're cooking together as a family, and they can be responsible for that one part of the meal, and just to really empower them and get them to start loving cooking. Okay, so last week I went over this, and this is just kind of talking about how helpful it is to toddlers and children to start cooking and the benefit of that. So if you want to hear more about that, go back to my first video. And then also I wanted to talk about these two books. I had these two books out last week, but I don't think I actually talked about them. But if you are interested in cooking more with your family, we do have children's cookbooks. And so this one's a fun one that's with a chef, a famous chef, Emerald, and so that one's a lot of fun. And this one is a around the world cookbook, and it's teaching kids to experience new cultures through food and through cooking. So those are just a couple of really great resources if you want to continue cooking as a family and just explore different things with food and with cooking. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and get into this. So what you're going to need is 2 cans of green beans, which we got right here, and 1 can of mushroom soup, and then fried onions and a casserole dish, okay? And so if you are around the Coliseum Boulevard area or in Montgomery, and you have a library card, you can come do our curbside checkout, and we will give you this thing. We only have 2 more left. So first come, first serve, but we do have these kits where we have all the canned goods and dry ingredients available for you to pick up for all of these recipes. Okay, so these are the directions. You're going to heat the oven to 350, and in a 1.5 quart casserole dish or glass baking dish, combine the green beans, the soup, and half of the onions and mix well. I really like to use fresh onions. Personally, I like to chop up fresh onions and mix that in with the casserole and cook that. And then I just put the fried onions on top. So it's a little healthier, and I just think it gives it more of a fresh taste. And also, sometimes these can get kind of mushy when it's inside the casserole dish instead of staying more crunchy. So that's what I like to do, but some recipes will tell you to mix in half of the crunchy ones inside of the casserole and then sprinkle the rest on top. Okay, and then you're going to bake it for 350 for 20 to 25 minutes or until bubbly, topping with the remaining of the onions for the last 5 minutes of baking time, so that they're nice and crisp and they don't get that soggy ness that I'm not a big fan of, but other people don't really care. So that's how you do it. Now, how you do it with a toddler, you can go ahead and open up the cans and get them to pour it into the casserole dish and get them to mix it into the casserole dish. Okay, so they're seeing the green beans and the soup, and they're combining them together, and they're seeing that happen, and then get the onions, and you get them to mix in the onions it in the oven. You show them how you do that, and you show them how you do the oven and preheat it and get it to that perfect temperature. And then you take it out, and after you take it out, be very careful so that they don't touch it, and caution them and make sure that they're aware it is very hot, and get them to sprinkle these on top, and that way they can see the whole process and also be involved with the whole process. And then of course put it back in the oven for the 5 minutes, take it out, and it's done, and they get to enjoy something that they were able to help with. With an older child, they can do all of this themselves. You just kind of walk them through the steps and make sure that they are being very cautious with the oven part of it and the heat, and they can, do all of that themselves. Of course, you know your child best as to, if they're ready to do this or not. And so that's how you cook with your younger children and your older children. And let's see what else I have here. And then that's it. And so if you're an older child and you are going to be cooking this by yourself, you can make cool designs with the onions. You can sprinkle them all in the middle and leave the outside clear, or you can sprinkle them all around the edge and have the inside, or you can just sprinkle them all over or make cool designs. So that's just some ways to make it different. And so yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that. It's kind of a short video, but just wanted to point out some good resources for if you are excited about starting to cook in your family. And this is just another really great recipe for around Thanksgiving that's just really fast, easy, but a lot of people really enjoy this recipe. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time for something a little different. We're going to be trying something a little different, not very Thanksgiving feeling, but a little different than your normal turkey, right? Okay, so I hope that you watch that and enjoy that, and I will see you then. Bye!